What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. Now, so the point of this video, I said I was going to talk about the Rancho quick lift shocks and strut assembly that I purchased on my truck after about 5,000 miles. Well, I kind of overshot it. I'm sitting at 87,900 some miles, so almost 88,000 miles since I put them on at 80,000. So it's going to be an 8,000 mile review. I used to have Rancho shocks on my old 2007 Ford Ranger. I put them on right around 90,000 miles, and the truck got totaled after a kid T-boned me at 152,000 miles. So I had those shocks on there for roughly 60,000 miles. However, I was going to actually change them out after about 50, like I was thinking of changing them out soon anyways, because they already had 60,000 miles on them. They were rusty. I could feel that they were starting to wear out because they weren't absorbing as well as they were in the beginning. And they were the Rancho 9000s. So they were the updated or upgraded versions of the Ranchos. Now the Ranchos that I have on this truck are the quick lift. I don't know if they're the 5 or 9000s or the 9500s, but they're part of the quick lift system. Full strut assembly, just put it in. It's an automatic 2-inch lift on the level on the front of your truck, no spacers, stuff like that. It's all built in. These are adjustable shock absorbers. There's 9 settings on them. I have it set to setting number 6, which it's not too stiff and it's not too what's the way I put it? Soft, I guess. So I don't know why I couldn't think of the word soft. Anyways, so they're not too stiff, not too soft, but they're on the stiffer side because I rather have it where my truck is going to settle quicker, even though it's going to be more of a stiff ride. Now, you could set it to a softer setting if that's what your preference is, especially if you do kind of a lot of highway driving and city driving and stuff like that. Now, where I live in Illinois, our roads suck. And if you're watching this and you live in Illinois, you might be laughing to yourself because you know I'm kind of right on that matter. For instance, this road right now might not be showing up on camera, but that section there was just like worse than a gravel road because the gravel roads around here are in better condition. So anyways, the shocks have been actually performing very well. I've been very happy with them. They haven't like blown out, or from what I can tell, they haven't gone really rusty or anything like that, even though I haven't really had them for a year even yet. But 8,000 miles later, I've been very happy with them, whether I have a trailer on the back. And you're thinking, if you have a trailer hooked up to the back, shouldn't you be worried about your rear shocks? Especially like if I put a load in the rear end, like a Polaris RZR, for instance. Yes, you're going to want really good rear shocks, but you also want to have good front shocks, because that is what's going to keep your front wheels down on the pavement and help it give you traction to actually steer and keep control of that load in the back. And the Ranchos have done just that. I haven't had really any bad complaints about them. Now, compared to the Bilstein 5100s I used to have up front, those were very stiff shocks. I did like them for that reason, because it would settle immediately. However, kind of drive around town, when I don't have anything hooked up to the back or anything in the bed of the truck, it kind of got annoying because it was a lot of just hard impacts everywhere. However, with the Ranchos, putting on setting 6 is kind of a good in-between of, it's stiff enough where when I have a load or something in the back end, it'll settle quickly. But when I'm just driving around town, I can just kind of have that half-ton feeling of a truck, of it being nice and smooth, but still stiff enough where it's going to settle, and that's what I want it to. However, if you want to set it to a softer setting, you can. And with the knob that's on the shock, you can easily just reach your hand in there and turn the knob back a couple settings or forward a few settings, whatever you want it to. So if you're looking to get a softer suspension up front, you can set it to that. Now, does this really affect it? I'm not really too sure. I haven't really turned the knob because I like it on the setting that it is, and I don't want to mess with it in case something does happen. But it could just be a placebo effect of, oh, we're going to put a knob on there to make it seem like it gets softer and stiffer. However, it might actually do something. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Don't really want to. I like it on the setting that I have it. Rides great for me. Now, I also have Airlift 5000 airbags in the back, Bilstein 5100s in the rear end, and yes, it is a lot stiffer in the rear than the truck was stock when I first got it. However, this truck is nowhere near the stiffness of a heavy-duty truck, because when I drove an F-250 with the gasser engine, that thing, I hit one bump and immediately could tell the difference from that truck to mine on the stiffness, which is nice for heavy payload and towing, not so much driving around town. However, if you're buying a truck just to have like a nice vehicle to drive around town and just kind of be like the family car, I don't blame you. Trucks are very practical. However, admit that and don't say you bought it to do a bunch of stuff around the house when it's just to get a bag of mulch. You could have done that in your sedan. I've put 20 bags of mulch in a Ford Focus before. It works, trust me. I've also put salt bags in a Ford Focus. It still works. Drags on the ground and looks slammed, but it works. Either way, half-ton trucks, they are getting more luxurious now, I should say. And the Rancho shocks, been very happy with them. No complaints yet so far. Only put 8,000 miles on them. I've enjoyed them, and coming from my previous experience of the Ranchos, they definitely have been improved since then, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens when we're getting closer to 20,000-30,000 miles on them. So probably in the next year or so, we'll see that. Anyways, I just want to give my quick 2 cents about the Rancho shocks and how I felt about them during ownership so far, and that I've actually kind of really enjoyed them compared to the 5100s. The 5100s are nice, but the Ranchos are also pretty good, nice, and the fact that it's just a quick lift, ready to go, strut assembly, no dealing with the spring compressor, stuff like that. I love it. It was a quick, simple install, so I wouldn't mind getting something similar to that again. Now, who knows what I'll get next? I'll probably get a different brand just to see how those do. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And if you didn't, go ahead and give it a dislike. But let me know what I can improve on for next video. And as always, if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. And I will catch you guys later. Bye.